Hey everyone, I'm Rob and welcome to the test drive. Today I'm going to take you for a ride in my E85 generation BMW Z4, and today I'm going to share with you 5 things that I love about this car. Let's go. Now I'm putting the top up for 2 reasons. Number 1, it is so freaking hot today. Actually, the last couple of days and the next couple of days in New York State is going to be an absolute heat wave. It's been around 95 degrees and the heat index has been even hotter than that. And driving around in a convertible in near 100-degree weather really is terrible. And it's like 8 o'clock at night right now. And it is so hot. The other thing is with audio. So I'm gonna be driving probably the majority of this video with the top up. But still, I'm going to show you the 5 things that I really love about this car. So the first thing that I love about this car is the fact that it's a manual. That was something that I really wanted in whatever car I got to be, like a fun weekend kind of car. I'm kind of careful with the word sports car with this. I mean, yes, it is a sports car, but it's not like a high performance track king or anything like that. I mean, the power numbers are respectable because of the lightweight. Anyway, what I really wanted when I was shopping for this car was a manual. And if you look at the E85 generation, most of the Z4s in that generation are manuals, whether it was the 5-speed manual that came with the 2.5 liter naturally aspirated inline 6-cylinder, or if it was the 6-speed that I have that came with the 3-liter inline 6-cylinder. Now this is the first manual car that I've ever owned. I kind of learned how to drive a manual on a couple different cars. The original car that I learned on was actually in Europe, and it was a Peugeot and some kind of hatchback. I don't really remember what model. It was not new. So I kind of knew the mechanics of how to drive a manual. Obviously, didn't drive nearly long enough to get good at driving a manual. That does take a significant amount of time to master. It's not something you can really learn, in my opinion, unless you either own a manual or you have access to one on a very regular basis. Now, I also looked at the E89 generation of the Z4, but the only way to get a manual in that, at least in the United States, was to get the 4-cylinder. It was a turbocharged 4-cylinder, I believe. And not that I had anything against the 4-cylinder, but I really did want a 6-cylinder. I wanted that 6-cylinder sound. I just really didn't want a 4-cylinder in what I was going to buy this car for. So for me, the E85 generation was awesome because it was very easy to find a manual. There was the SMG automatic available as well, but in this car, I mean, I really think that you've got to get a manual, and it is so much fun. I think it's so much more fun to have a manual in a car like this. The manual transmission in this Z4 is so easy to get used to. The linkage between the gears is so smooth, and the clutch is not terribly hard to get used to. But that said, the manual in this car is pretty easy to drive, and it is so much fun. So that brings me to the second thing that I love about this car, and that is the fact that it has a 6-cylinder engine. BMW's inline 6-cylinders are such a proven powertrain. I mean, they are awesome. If you look at all of the vehicles, and so tried and true. So I really loved that this Z4 had that, and it is a naturally aspirated engine. It puts out 215 horsepower, 185 pound-feet of torque. And if you look at those numbers, they're not terribly high, but this car only weighs 3,000 pounds. So when you put all of that together, and being a manual and being rear-wheel drive, this car is so much fun, and it's pretty quick. And that brings me to the third thing that I love about this car, and that is the sound. And that sound really is because of the naturally aspirated inline 6. done anything to it. I've seen some modifications with back box deletes or cat deletes, and you know, you can make this thing sound really good. I would love to at some point do an exhaust mod to this. I don't think it would be terribly expensive either to just like remove the back box and do straight pipes. I've seen YouTubers that have done that, as well as you know, I've seen videos where they actually removed like the cats and the mid pipe and everything. So you know, you can definitely make this louder, but even stock from the inside it sounds great. But from the outside, when I put the GoPro on the bumper, I was actually really impressed, because you do get that gurgling. You can kind of hear it faintly from inside the car, whether the top is up or down. You can, well, actually with the top down, you really can kind of hear the faint gurgling, but especially when you put a camera or a microphone right up to it and you listen to it, I mean, it sounds so good. I was so impressed. And that was such an amazing thing to discover after owning this car, that, yeah, I mean, I knew it was gonna sound good, and obviously when I test drove it and everything, but I mean, for what it is and for being bone stock, this car sounds great. So the fourth thing that I love about this car is the fact that you have a pretty decent sized trunk. For such a small car, I am actually so impressed with the practicality of this car, because you actually can daily drive this, at least in my opinion. I mean, you do have the trunk space for it, and the trunk space specifically is the fourth thing that I love about this car. If you look, I can actually fit a set of golf clubs without any problems in the trunk of this car, and that's not something that you can say about a lot of convertibles. Now, I did have to take my driver and my hybrid out, but I could lay those over top of the bag and fit my clubs no problem. And this is actually the car I typically drive in when I go golfing. You know, at least I have so far this summer. And you know, you can fit more stuff in there. You can fit suitcases, you can fit different things. So it's really awesome, the fact that the trunk is as large as it is, even though it doesn't really look like it would be. And obviously the engine being in the front, you know, typically does give you more trunk space in the rear. If you look at cars that are rear engine or mid-engine, you know, then that's a little different scenario, because then you usually have a front trunk and usually it's not that big. And the fifth thing that I love about this car is the design, and specifically the fact that this car really hasn't gone out of style. I mean, you really cannot tell its age. Obviously, when I bought this thing, there's one of the reasons I bought it. I mean, this is a 2006, but you wouldn't know specifically by looking at it unless you own a Z4 or know a lot about them. I've actually been really surprised, the people that have asked me and that could not believe the fact that this car is 12 years old. Now, mine is in mint condition. I specifically wanted one that was very, very clean and just pristine mint condition. I didn't want to be doing like a restoration or anything like that. And this car is in near perfect condition, in my opinion. But it is amazing, especially if you look at the back of the car. The back is a really timeless design. If you look at the front, maybe you can tell a little bit, but again, I've had so many people be surprised by how old this car is, even BMW owners, you know, that didn't realize that this car is actually as old as it is. So that was just another thing. Not that I really care if anybody, you know, knows the age of this car, but it's just awesome to drive something that kind of still remains in style and still can look like a new car despite being not even remotely new. So I hope you enjoyed this video about 5 things that I love about my E85 generation BMW Z4. Again, I'm Rob. This is the test drive. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Please leave me a comment, let me know what you think. And please consider subscribing to my channel. It does help me make more videos, and it also makes you eligible for all of the giveaways that we have going on. I want to always have some type of giveaway going on the channel. And also, follow me on Instagram at the Test Drive NY, because I want to start bringing Instagram into this a lot more and doing some behind the scenes stuff and doing some giveaway type of stuff with Instagram as well. So if you have an Instagram or you want to make one and you're looking for people to follow or something like that, definitely check out my Instagram and give me a follow on there as well. So thanks again for watching this video, for taking this drive with me, and I'll talk to you soon.